Hello everyone, I'm Tamira Thane and welcome to Tuesday's Tapping at 2. This week we are going to work on bullying in the animal rescue movement, and this is an insidious problem in the movement, and why it is so damaging is because it attacks the legitimate rescuers, demoralizes them, and they end up leaving the rescue movement because they have no self-esteem left. They are so tired of fighting the lies, and it just becomes a horrible thing for them. So there's a lot to work on with this issue. Let's talk first about why people bully. It happens in every movement. I think in rescue, I know when it happened to me, I was probably bullied for about 6 years when I was actively rescuing. And I think that it happens to every legitimate rescuer sooner or later in the movement. So it's something to take seriously and to think about. How can we tell whether the accusations that these bullies bring up are legitimate? I think that is the biggest question that we all have. For me personally, when I see accusations by someone against a rescuer, I don't know who's telling the truth. It becomes a he said, she said thing. But you really want to take a look at who is making the accusations, and if they are there's 5 or 6 things to check out to make sure that these people are legitimate. Are the accusations being made anonymously? If so, that is a big red flag, because guess what? We're not the CIA. It doesn't need to be secretive. If you have some legitimate thing to say about a rescuer, then you damn well better stand on your own 2 feet, on your own name, and bring it up publicly, because you have to stand behind it. If you're going to make an accusation, you better be standing behind it. If the accusation is made anonymously, then I, as a bystander, would ignore it totally. I would not give it the time of day. Evidence. Evidence is another big thing. Yes, I understand that we could all see bad things go down and not have any evidence to back us up, but if you see bad things in a rescue or a shelter and it's a one-time thing, then it really doesn't need to be made a big deal of. But if it's an ongoing pattern of abuse to animals or staff or whatever, then it definitely needs to be brought to the public, and you have to gather your evidence. You cannot just go and make accusations against people, even if they're true, if you don't have any evidence to back you up. So that's another big thing I look for. If I see something against a rescuer and I see no evidence, I will disregard it. Case in point, when the Olympic Animal Sanctuary, Steve Markwell, people were, saying that he was abusing these animals. They were living in neglect, and at first I said, I'm not getting involved with that. But Patty had done such an amazing job of gathering evidence that once I truly took a look at that evidence, there was no disputing that those animals were being abused. And so then I took action along with many, many other people. But those are the things you want to look for. You want to look for evidence. If there's no evidence, tell them, get the evidence and come back to me then. Are they posting from a fake profile? People who are out to do no good, they make fake profiles. I've never had a fake profile. Have you ever had a fake profile? If you have, you need to think about why. People who are trying to sabotage other people frequently make fake profiles, and that to me means they're up to no good. They can't be trusted. The only good reason to have a fake profile is if you're seriously investigating animal abuse, such as animal chicken fighting and dog fighting and all that stuff. So there's no other evidence, there's no other reason to have a fake profile, in my opinion. What type of person is throwing the accusations around? Is this a person who regularly badmouths others? Because if they are, then they are not to be trusted. Legitimate rescuers are so busy rescuing and taking care of the animals that they rescue, and they have an inbuilt respect for other rescuers because they know how hard it is. They are not going to go and deliberately try to destroy someone unless they have some powerful evidence. So if the person making the accusations is someone who's always on somebody, always on this person or that person, disregard them. They are just up to no good. Is the person making the accusation deep into rescue, or are they on the periphery of rescue? What I've noticed is most people who make active, my cat is getting a little crazy, who are regularly going after other people are not in rescue. They may be on the edge of it, they may foster a dog or cat here or there, but for the most part, they're just involved in pretending to be in rescue, and they're not really in rescue. So these are all things to look for. You also want to look for a criminal history. The 2 or 3 of the people who were the most active in trying to destroy my life when I was in rescue all had criminal histories. And that is something that is just amazing. Google their name, look in every corner, get a background check on them if you can, because if you can find out their criminal history, they are going to be much less credible with other people. So those are some of the things to look for. How do you handle it when this is happening to you? I just spoke to a rescuer about a week ago who was undergoing this kind of thing. And believe it or not, the woman had a vast criminal history, but people were believing her. And it's very demoralizing to a legitimate rescuer when people that you felt knew you and respected you suddenly are listening to the words of a person that has no credibility in the movement and shouldn't be given the time of day. So how do you handle this? I never was very successful at handling it. I would say one thing is, if you have the money or connections with a lawyer, I would immediately go legal on them. Send them a cease and desist letter. And if they're really defaming you, as annoying as it is, take them to court, because bullies are cowards at heart. When you take the fight to them, they typically will back down from you. For instance, I had a bully that was after me for years in Washington State, and when I went out there to work on the OAS situation, she had followers, and I said, here's where I'll be, come and see me, and not a single one of them showed up, because they're cowards. And that's the way that bullies live their life. They attack you online, but when you confront them personally, one-on-one, they're going to run away. Put out all of your evidence that what they are saying is not true. And this is very important, and you don't have to do it every day, but you need to do it immediately. If they say you've injured this dog, show 500 pictures of the dog, whatever it takes. Show your rescue, show pictures of everything. Do not just think that people will not believe them, because they will believe them. You need to prove that they're lying, and that stinks, and it stinks that you have to defend yourself that way, but you need people to see your evidence, especially if you're a nonprofit and you're relying on donations. And after that, you need to just walk away from them and go back to your work, because they will continue, unless you've had the money to take them to court, they will not stop bad-mouthing you. They will continue it until they find their next target, whoever that pitiful, wretch is that they attack next. And the last thing is to work on your self-esteem, which is where tapping can come in. I know, having been the target of bullies for 6 years, it takes an incredible toll on your self-esteem. And the worst part is that that's what they want. They want your self-esteem to suffer, and they want you to go down because of what they've done and said about you. And it's very demoralizing. So that's what we're going to work on with our tapping today. Once again, for those who haven't seen any of the tapping work we've done, this is our 4th in a series of 10. And tapping works with the body's meridians, so that when we tap on certain points, we're allowing our body to release the pain that we're holding in. And I recommend, especially if you're being attacked, but I recommend those in rescue and animal activism do tapping every single day to help with the pain, whatever in their lives. But a lot of times it's going to be surrounding animals. So work on your tapping every day, and it can be done as you're driving in the car, as you're taking a walk, watching TV at night even. Just tap. Just try to get some of that pain relief, because we hold it inside and then we make ourselves sick from it. So we're going to work on some tapping for bullying. Okay, so if you are being bullied, your emotions are going to be all over the place, and they're not going to be, bullies are full of negative energy, and they just spew it everywhere and work this negative energy on you. And they bring out the negative in you. So all these negative emotions we're going to be working on, you have them, we all have them, and certain people bring them out in us. So even if we want to be wonderful, spiritual, secure people, they take us down. So let's first work on the anger, because when they attack you and they say lies about you, and they tell a lie to, that anybody on the internet can read, and it's just so painful. So let's talk first about the anger. It becomes an intense anger at these people for lying about you and trying to destroy your reputation. So even though I'm feeling so angry at these people, I deeply love and accept myself. You want to tap on the side of your hand here. Even though I'm feeling so angry at these people, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling so angry at these people, I deeply love and accept myself. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. You want to, when you breathe, when you have the urge to breathe, let it out, because that's letting some of the pain out. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. This is on your collarbones right here, right below them. And then under your arms. I'm feeling so angry at these people for lying about me. Okay, next, let's talk about the fear, because there's an amazing fear that comes along with it, because they're destroying your nonprofit, something you've been working to build, or your reputation that you've been working to build, and you just watch it shriveling away because of the lies of these people. So there's such a fear that they are destroying you, and people believe these things about you, and it brings up a lot of fear. So even though these bullies have made me feel very afraid, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though these bullies have made me feel very afraid, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though these bullies have made me feel very afraid, I deeply love and accept myself. These bullies have made me feel very afraid. 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 And then let's talk about hatred, because this is something a lot of these people who come after you, they're people that you were friends with. They insinuated themselves in your life, in your rescue, and you trusted them. And most of them are sociopaths or psychopaths or narcissists, and they can't, I'd like to say they can't help it, but they can't help it, but they choose not to stop what they're doing. So there's a lot of hatred. You end up hating these people for the lies that they're saying about you. And nobody wants to feel hatred, but we're human. And when somebody is just attacking us, we're going to feel hatred. So even though I feel like I hate these people, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I hate these people, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I hate these people, I deeply love and accept myself. I feel like I hate these people. 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 Now, shame. They're publicly shaming you. They are destroying your reputation. They are taking away good feelings about yourself, because when you rescue animals, you're putting so much of yourself out there, and when you do something good, you feel good about yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should feel good about yourself. But they're taking that from you because they don't have it in their lives, so they want to take it from you, because how dare you have happiness and peace and prosperity and love in your life when they don't have that, so they have to come and take yours, and it brings up a lot of feelings of shame, like you're a really bad person, and you're not a bad person. You are not a bad person. Do not believe them, but they make you feel ashamed. So even though I'm feeling very ashamed right now, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling very ashamed right now, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling very ashamed right now, I deeply love and accept myself. I feel very shamed by what these people are saying about me. I feel very shamed by what these people are saying about me. I feel very shamed by what these people are saying about me. I feel very shamed about what these people are saying about me. I feel very shamed about what people are saying about me. I feel very shamed about what people are saying about me. I feel very shamed about what people are saying about me. I feel very shamed about what people are saying about me. And related to shame is guilt. I was always a person, and this story is kind of funny to me now, but it's not funny. One of the bullies that was after me for years one time said online that I had killed a bunch of puppies and buried them in my yard. And I spent so much time trying to think if that was true, because I was like, why would somebody just say something that's not true? I couldn't understand why she would lie like that. And I kept thinking, why wouldn't I remember? And it wasn't true. It wasn't true at all. Believe me, if I had puppies die on my watch, I would just be devastated, and I would remember it forever, and I would probably still be sad about it to this day, but it never happened. It was a big lie, but I felt guilty anyway. I felt like I must have done that, and I didn't remember. So they have insidious ways of getting to your self-esteem, and guilt is another one. So even though these people make me feel guilty, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though these people make me feel guilty, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though these people make me feel guilty, I deeply love and accept myself. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. These people make me feel guilty even though I did nothing wrong. Okay, and one last point about bullying is that it destroys your self-esteem. So many of us come into rescue because we want to make a difference in the world, and we are making a difference in the world, and it ups our self-esteem, but then we're attacked by people like this we're told lies about, and it destroys our self-esteem. And yes, if we were strong enough inside ourselves, they couldn't destroy us, but many of us aren't, and I was not strong enough to not allow my self-esteem to be affected by these people. So it really takes a toll on your self-esteem. You're not alone, and let's tap on that. Even though I feel like I have no self-esteem left, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I have no self-esteem left, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I have no self-esteem left, I deeply love and accept myself. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. I feel like I have no self-esteem left after all the attacks. So that's what we're going to do today. That's all we're going to do with tapping today, but do this every day. If you are suffering and struggling, remember some of my points and how to fight against these people. But they love to drag you down to their level, so try not to live down there with them because they don't deserve you. You're better than them. And I do offer one-on-one sessions to work with people, so I will put that link in here. And let's quickly, once we release a lot of the negative, we want to bring positive in. So I recommend a gratitude journal every day. Mine would say something like, I'm thankful for the dog that you heard squeaking his toys because he brings me love and happiness. And do 10, a list of 10 every day, and that helps you bring in positive. You want to bring in positive in your life. These people bring so much negative. You want to bring the positive into yourself. So open your heart right now, your heart chakra. Just feel it opening and allow positive to come into your life. Say something like, I'm open to receive from the universe positive things. I'm worthy of positive in my life. I'm worthy of good things, and I'm open to receiving them. When we shut down to receiving the goodness of the universe, it can't get through. So try to open your heart even though you're being attacked. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining me.